Welcome to season 2 of the Complete AI Guide podcast, your commute friendly podcast brought to you by georgeabmatthew.com. We are now on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast. The Complete AI Guide podcast is very happy to participate in this fourth edition of Podcastathon. For 1 week, thousands of podcasts will highlight a charity of their choice. And today I have the pleasure of welcoming Jesson Jose from Sports Mentoring Infusion. Jesson is a social entrepreneur, mentor, and sports coach with nearly 2 decades of experience working at the grassroots. He is the founder of Sports Mentoring Infusion, an organization that uses sports not just to build athletes, but to build character and change life trajectories. Through SMI, Jesson and his team work with children from red light areas, government shelter homes, and juvenile observation homes. Young people particularly facing poverty, addiction, abuse, and a severe lack of opportunity. Using sport as the entry point, they deliver life skills, education, and character building programs that help young people make better choices for their future. To date, SMI has impacted about 800 children, and Jesson himself has impacted over 9,000 children, supported by more than 40 volunteers and mentors across Mumbai. Jesson, welcome to the Complete AI Guide podcast.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, George.
So, Jesson, before we start, I just wanted to ask, how did you get into this space? What was the story behind the story?
Any news and every news, it's become very common to us. It's just when we read normally, like these were rapes happening, murders happening, and all across, or gender-based violence being happening against women. When we see those stats, it's very hard to see. So, just a read-through thing, but I think that's not how it should be. I mean, I used to never have that compassion whenever I used to read news. So I think the main thing what I've got is I asked God, give me a heart of compassion towards people when I read something, when I see something wrong, when I read this. I mean, it should hurt me, it should prick me. So I think since then I have got this heart of compassion towards people, and where I can't see anyone getting hurt in front of me. I can't see, so it actually pricks me. It actually hurts me. So I think that's how. So I understood there has to be something which can be stopped at a very early age, and sports is something which we could use in a better way, not just to simply do a life skill, or not just to simply where it could build their character. So speak into their lives more deeply. So we know that rapes, murders are happening because of those circumstances and environment, how they've been brought up and how they create. We have been going to these all crime infested areas, especially in these red light areas. Then we've been doing in juvenile homes, government shelter homes, and getting them out of there because over there they see the wrong role models over there. They look up to wrong people in their surroundings. So I think that's the key thing in our model. Is that's basic model here is a role modeling model. So if they can't see changes in me, they will never change. So it's like children do not listen and learn; they see and learn.
Before we talk about AI for good, can you tell us about some of the real problems you're trying to solve on the ground? What do the children you work with in Mumbai actually face beyond sports or education?
So I think the actual problem is as I mentioned, it's about they don't see a role model in their life. The problem, because they do not see, they get into all those illegal businesses, getting into addictions, seeking love in a very different form, seeking because they don't get that love, care, genuine care from people. I think these are some things. They don't go to school. They don't. So a lot of these things, what we see on ground level, and that's where we not only ensure that they get back to school, but we ensure that they come out of addictions. They how they respect, they value. So it's not just a one-time program. So a lot of times we may see NGOs doing, okay, we've done this session, we have done this workshop. That's not how the program works. Once we do a session for 2-3 hours, then after that, the follow-up thing, being with them continuously throughout. They can call me midnight even when the need is there. So it is like a 24/7 thing. That's why I think a lot of changes are happening, because they could see that genuine love and care being there.
You often say that sports is a tool, character is the outcome. Can you explain what that means in real life and how this approach keeps young people away from trying?
Yeah, so the model what we have created here is not just in play. So normally when we come, we play, but that's not how it. There are certain rules what we follow when we play. So there are these major rules, like SMI has rules. Like, first is, do not use foul languages, including FNS words. So then because that doesn't help any other person, and you're not able to think, because when you just use swear languages, abusive languages, you're not able to think, you're just blabbering. So instead, pause, think. So that's first rule. Second is, do not put down others. Like, we may, in a game, we may see someone weak, so if there are mistakes, you are not letting that person down, but ensuring that that person also learns along with you. So the environment what we create is that. Second, that's a third one, is trust the opposite person, and trust your teammates. So the general, when we even conduct a tournament or something, so it's a self-refereed games what we try to do, because we have to trust, and also trust your teammates. If you know that that person is weak, but that person is in a good position where he could score, though we may not trust him, but let's take that opportunity. He may lose that opportunity, but at least he will learn, okay, that point of time I tried, it didn't go, or probably it may turn out to be good. So just trust that. So, and the fourth is that you accept your own mistakes. Like, without accepting your own mistakes, we will never be able to grow. So if it's your hand, say it's your hand, it's okay. You may lose that opportunity, the game will stop, it will go to the opportunity, will go to the opposite team. It's okay, but you learn a lot of respect. How the environment, what we create here, it's very different than a normal environment, playing environment. So as they play, your real character comes out, whether it's cheating, whether it's putting down others, anything. So even in, so sports actually brings out, and that's where we are able to identify and mold it.
What are some of the challenges of running a volunteer-led NGO like SMI with no full-time staff? And where do things usually break down for leaders like yourself working at the grassroots?
So the major challenge, Mumbai is the commercial capital of the country, and I think anything and everything runs here with money. So the major challenge what we face is that a financial constraint, because of this, because we ensure that with the psychological approach what we have taken is give them the best so that they think the best. So we give them professional sports facility access. We have given them world class gym facility access. We have given them nutrition access, doctor support, physio support. So our website was built by a volunteer, hosting space was given by volunteer. So, and social media managed by volunteers. So if these volunteers are not active, it lies there. There's nothing which goes out from there. But there's a lot of work on a daily basis which has been happening, which is going on. I mean, we actually can't. So that's why we were looking to have our own residential sports training facility where we could build the whole structure, programs, and everything, so that we get all the students from different parts at one place, train them, ensure that it's like more like a character university. People will hire from SMI University, Character University. They'll know that these people will be honest. They'll be working with integrity. They'll be, so that's what I want to create through this. So
To narrow down the conversation, before AI entered the space, how are you tracking student progress and their behavior and their emotional changes? What was missing or difficult in that process?
I think the major part was we track each students on a daily basis. So track as in we want them to do certain chores, like get up early in the morning, brush their teeth, do their household help, and uh, get back to school, help their parents at home. There's a lot of checklist what we had, and then those checklists were written and given in their language to separate students so that they read, they stick it on their on the wall or wherever, so that they could do this on a regular basis, and ensure that those things are updated to me via voice message, because a lot of these students may not be able to uh, uh, um, uh, uh, do a structured this thing. So they try to send me a voice message on a daily basis, and I have to sit, listen to every and understand, is there any a child who requires help? Is there anyone who's getting back, getting a feeling of getting back to addictions? A lot of like I wanted some alert thing, which I, because if there is a need, then I would jump in, but listen to every audio and then ensure that I understand where they are getting stuck and stuff. It was it a very tedious thing. It is not, because it is manually done, and it's manual work is not effective.
The challenge was to actually listen to voice recordings to find those nuggets of information that then you could act on. And when you have, long conversations, it's very tiring to go through. And you're talking about how many children? About 30 to 40 children?
Yeah, so there are certain pockets we target. So currently it's 30 to 40 students who are outside of those juvenile homes and these places. So they are outside, and we really want to track them, because as we want to address uh, these issues very quickly. So yeah,
And some time ago, you told me that some of the students don't have their own mobile phone, so they have to wait
correct.
for their parents to come home from work to be able to use their mobile phone to record those voices.
That's true. They do not have their own phones, so their parents also, some may have only one phone at home, and then it becomes very, and because the parents are from Delhi, they're like a daily wage workers, so it's very difficult. They go early in the morning, come late at night, and becomes very difficult. So then they go to our other teammates' house. Then probably they send a voice message through that. So a lot of practical, because they're not with us as a
Yeah.
residential sports training person. So it's become, when they're going out, we really want to track. We just not just leaving there and then they come, then do session, then they go back. That's not what the model here is. I mean, that's why we are very different in the whole country. Why we are different is because of this approach.
So can you just
Yeah.
walk us through the simple AI system you're now using? What data is tracked, and how does it actually help you to make decisions as a coach and a mentor?
So now with your help, we have created uh, this a form, a Google form, where it can be easily filled with yes, no things, where it makes much more easier for them also. So there's this Hindi and English, which is translated in every question, and also English, like Hindi and English. So English, it's more of mixed in that sense. So it's English words with Hindi language. Uh, so then that becomes much more easier for, because they are kind of used to with such kind of language, and that it's easier for them to read. And also in a simpler Hindi form, because Bombay Hindi, it's not polished Hindi like how we hear from other parts of the country. So not that higher version of Hindi. So then it becomes more connect friendly with them, and we have done that in the forms where they're able to do that and fill that, and then I get reports every 2 days basis, and about alerts and stuff. And if there's any alert what they face, they can directly call me. That's one thing, and then also they could fill it where I understand the need of it. So I get calls. That's separate thing, which very urgent thing. When there's something which they can talk during the week in the sessions, so then I get it through the report, uh, which yeah.
So the AI helps you to capture English and Hindi and English understand what the children are saying and translate that into actions and advisory for you to coach individual students, which you are not able to do before because you had to listen to every audio clips
True.
and then try to determine that. Now it comes to you as a report every 2 days.
True, true. That's how it is. And I mean, it's progressed. I think when you started helping, we just worked on certain this thing. Then reports, we modified some of the reports. Then we ensured that okay, this comes in category. But it still requires a lot of progressive levels. But I think currently we have reached a good level where it's a lot of
Can you
easier. Like voice translation, I think we were talking last time about even they send a voice message that could probably translate, especially from the younger kids. So now it's more of an older kids who fill it, and the younger kids kind of the older kids help the younger kids now. So, but if they start doing it on their own, and then it becomes more helpful. Uh,
so what how it's helping you essentially is that first of all the time that you save from having to listen to multiple audio clips, it is also
mm,
capturing all the parameters that you want to track across behaviors. The checklist covers a comprehensive set of areas.
true,
It does the language translation. It gets you
true,
reports every 2 days, as opposed to previously you had to find the time to listen to, and therefore listen to the audio clips, and therefore it never happened on a routine basis. Uh,
mm.
is that time saving plus, or is it also the advisory it gives you, the interpretation of data that helps you to then individually tailor your coaching to individual students?
Yeah, yeah, that is because here I get suggestions. Okay, what they face, what is currently you could talk to them. What suggestions in what way, what method I could use. I mean, here there's an approach which comes in. You can talk to this person. Yeah, so here I get the analysis on comments and concerns, and then there's an actionable recommendations. What like what is the need help, what is the concern, and what is the recommendation which I need to give. So that's how uh, if you see here the recommendation itself is like a person talking to that student, though the student is not so, but then it yeah, I think it helps. Like need help, that is behavioral lapse and impulse control. Then concern, what is the concern? Then the recommendation, how they. So I think this is a good thing, but this could be more structured also in a very easier format with tabling format. And this is more like a report thing which comes in, but this is a quite good progress which helps me a lot in a very big way with these recommendations.
Have you seen real behavioral or mindset changes because of better tracking and timely interventions?
Definitely, yes. That's how it is. I have seen progress in many of the students now. So the daily reporting thing that helps me to get back to them very quickly because then I tell them, okay, this is what you've been filling in this form, and I've been able to gather that information. I've been able to help you in this situation. So, which is very urgent, they definitely call, but which is not.
So in your case, you used AI as a silent partner to the main activity you're doing in terms of coaching. It's not the main thing, but it's a support to what you do, and it's working hand in hand to deliver better coaching support to your children.
Correct. It's not just coaching. I would say it's a mentoring support. I think that's much more. Coaching is just on a very my mentor is more personal.
And many NGOs think that AI is expensive and complicated. What would you tell grassroots leaders like yourself who want to start small but use AI responsibly and ethically?
I think uh, yeah, many would think. Even I would think. I think you should have the right guide, right mentor who would guide. My first advice to all those people would be just find the right person who would guide and mentor who's expert in this AI field. I think you are the right person. I would I mean, the way you understood the problem, what I was facing, and the way you kind of converted that to a solution based thing. I think that's something which is good. I think, and and you helped us the just like because you understand the work what we do, and you did it in a very compassionate way, understand going to the grassroots.
Looking ahead, how do you see your model scaling globally? When I say the model, I'm talking about your initiative to help children develop character. So if a coach, a teacher, or NGO leader from another country is listening, what are some of the steps that you can advise them to use AI for good without losing the compassion, as you put it?
I think our work is majorly with in the crime infested areas. That's why it's more challenging for us. But I think otherwise there are a lot of other coaching and other ways for them. It's much more easier. They talk to them personally. They understand very easily. Then they sometimes AI kind of they're very smart enough to kind of fill those forms also in a very different level. So I think anyone and everyone should use this tool very effectively and probably and create an environment what we are trying to get. So since we recently won this global sustainability awards, we've been recognized in a very good level nationally, globally.
Your work is in a set of very challenging areas, right? You're in a crime invested area. All the children don't have access to mobile phones. Say, for example, if they had their own phones, they could fill in those checklists and that information back to you on a timely basis.
Correct. So they could do it anytime and every time.
So what's the best way for our audience to reach out to you and help you in your mission? What are some of the areas that people can contribute to work with you, volunteer with you like I have done? How should they approach it?
I think the major thing is the lack of funds what we face, but beyond funds we just look at the need to be met. Like for example, the residential sports training facility, if someone is helping us to get the land, build that thing and help us to manage that, I think that kind of helps in one area where we are able to manage it once we have the whole thing, because then we rent it out and it can be self-sustaining. We also have this idea of having a second chance cafe where all these students who have come out from these places and doing good, and we give them an opportunity to earn their livelihood, and this becomes more like a respect place for them rather than just an earning place. So earning is also one area. So the second chance cafe, residential sports training facility, a lot of this traveling support, a lot of online support, like this social media management. If someone could help us just manage it from anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, they could who will update and maintain our websites on a regular basis, who could just, I mean, all these helps. Everything requires money if I have to hire someone. So if I am not getting money, I'm fine with volunteer support. If they are willing to give some time or manage the whole thing, because then it makes my work very easy. I can do major groundwork, which is the major focus.
Thank you, Jesson, for your time today. What's the best way for our audience to reach out to you and connect with you?
I think LinkedIn, my LinkedIn profile is one, or they want, you can just drop me a DM there, and probably if we connect, I can share my WhatsApp number, my Instagram channel. They can look at.
So LinkedIn and Instagram, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's where more active.
And that wraps up this special episode as part of Podcastathon. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to visit www.podcastathon.org to discover many other charities through the voices and talents of amazing podcasters. That's all we have time for on the Complete AI Guide podcast. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you can join us for the next episode. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Goodbye for now.